Sometimes people ask me, whenever I give them these examples, why does Islam put the rules when exchanging money for money? It must be 1-to-1 and it must be spot. Who would want to exchange like this for that? If you remember global financial crisis, what people used to do, they would buy these homes. Let's say there's 300 homes or 1,000 of these homes. They would need, let's say, $1 billion. When they sell these things to the customers, because they give them what? Time. Where is this transaction? Here. Yeah. Because they give them time, what they ask in return? Surplus. So if you took a home loan for 100K, what are you going to return at the end? You're going to return 200, maybe more. So what we have here, we have 2 billion that you're going to receive in profit. We have a bank issuing these home loans, and sometimes in the future, what they're going to receive, double the money. So when you look at a bank, what did they spend here? We have 1 billion. Now, what do we have here? We have 2 billions in 20 or so years. What is being exchanged here? I give you $1 billion loan. Collectively, I'm now looking. And what are you paying me? 2 billion. Where is this? Money for money. Where is this? It's here. So somebody said, why Islam prohibits these things? Think about all of these now hundreds and thousands of the customer like one contract. So they took this contract into $1 billion. So they call these CDOs, collateral debt obligations. They made like a derivative, which is returning cash flow of 2 billion. So this CDO, they say in 20 years, this is what you're gonna make. So what these guys, bankers, are doing now, they take this thing, they put a little ribbon here, and they go to another bank. How much they spend to make this little package? They spend $1 billion. They go to another bank and they say, this little thing will sell you for let's say 3 billion. And what's your benefit? You will get 2 billion. And how much you gonna make from this in next 20 years? $700 million. You just need to wait now. What starts happening very soon, these bankers started figuring out, I need a lot of people here to take the loans from me so I can create this thing. On one end, you push 1 billion. On another end comes 2 billion. So for these guys, from doing this, how quickly they can make $300 million? Just doing this, boom, they make what? 300 million. So they make this maybe in a year, maybe in 6 months, maybe less. Depends how fast they are. They just get people in, they boom, sell them, and they pocket 300 million. So what started happening, bankers started chasing anyone they could get. There was a joke. They would go to the waitress who earns like 20,000 a year, and they would sell them $500,000 homes. And because she couldn't afford, they would give them the honeymoon rates. Just paying the principal or a little bit of interest, or sometimes even negative, just so that she can afford payment for just a couple of years. She can't afford that loan, but they would make it look as if she is paying on time. Why did they do that? They were given these loans because these bankers needed them in this package so that they can create a bigger contracts. And when they have these bigger contracts with more of these people, then they can sell these things to another person. What happens after a year or two? When this waitress defaults, cannot pay any more, what starts happening? It reduces the value of these 2 billion now. So these banks started selling these homes, getting rid of them. That started demolishing the prices of the homes. So the prices started going down rapidly. And more people started getting caught up in this. Because most of these people couldn't afford the loans, more of them were foreclosing and defaulting on their loans. And that dragged down the whole housing industry down. So as that started spiraling, this number now started dropping down. They couldn't get anything, not even $1 billion or $500 million, nothing, because people didn't want to continue repayments. The whole economy was shut down. Now these people are very clever. They knew that that's going to happen. So what they did, they took insurance before that happened. So they went to these banks and they said, we have this beautiful product with $2 billion worth. They created these what they call swaps or insurance for this. So in case this go down, insurance actually pays me. Normally, you cannot take insurance on a neighbor's house because you have then vested interest for that house to burn down. But in finance, you can. You can actually bet, you can take insurance of some of these products, even when you don't have them. So you have people who made $1 billion just on betting on these things. People defaulting, everything going down, but you are benefiting. You see the whole system of incentive, how disconnected you are. Everything is burning down, going down, crushing around you, yet you are benefiting from every single disaster through these clever insurance schemes and all of these other products. What's at the heart of incentive where you can create monster and the cancer in the finance like this? What's at the heart of it? Ability to exchange unequal amounts of money. The fact that they could exchange 2 billion in future for unequal amount today, it's what creates the building block of entire cancer, which is why in Islam you cut it in a root. You say money to money must be on the spot and no delay and no surplus. So that's why the whole issue of riba, it goes against whole mutual cooperation of as a society. You see, you created incentive where we can now exploit those people who need to be protected. So when we see these rules, we should embrace this rule. We should love it.